guys, welcome to, I think this will be the second video on the channel. Basically a post the buy recap. So the idea behind this video is items that were a problem on the vehicle that we used to bring down the price of the vehicle. So I had discussions with the dealer and highlighted some of the concerns that I had with the car and managed to bring the vehicle's price down by roughly about, what was it, about 13,000 Rand. So yeah, the main issues with the vehicle were the clutch that wasn't so great, was slipping, and the slight noise in the gearbox, the annoying rattle that was underneath the vehicle, sounded like something was loose and about to fall off, and then also the leaking power steering rack. So my main driver was the clutch and gearbox concern, especially because those are expensive repairs, and then the power steering rack, which was an expensive repair. So that allowed me to bring the price down on the vehicle. All the fixes that I did were pretty much basically almost free, you can say 200 Rand in total saving. So yeah, it was a good find for me, and yeah, hope this helps you guys know how to bring down the price of a vehicle if you're looking to buy one. Have fun. Hey guys, so guess what, I'm under the car. Basically just doing a quick check on the vehicle to see in what condition it is. You guys can see over here, previous owners have knocked a couple of things. This car's scraped. See over here as well, car's scraped everywhere. Luckily, oh sorry, this is quite difficult because I have the vehicle on jack stands. You can see over there, so it's not the most space in the world, but yeah, you can see exhaust gearbox looks like it's in decent condition. I'm not picking up any engine leaks. However, the steering rack over here is leaking, and it looks like the washer or seal on this end is leaking. If you look, oh, sorry, this is so crap. If you look over here, it's leaking a bit. So that's the most amount of leak. Is the sump. Doesn't look too bad. And the filter, no visible leaks around here, so it's pretty good. Otherwise, suspension, my ends are sweating a little bit as well, so I'll check now how much play there is in the system. But yeah, you can see all along the exhaust scratch marks, all the way to the back, even over there. You can see over there, there's a nice ding there, supposed to look like that end. So it's obviously been over some gravel, I would imagine. It is from the Free State, so I think it might have been over some gravel, knocked a couple of stones and things. But other than that, the lines and stuff all look good. Doesn't look like there's any damage. Yeah. However, the main reason I'm under the car now, well, firstly was I wanted to check for leaks and stuff, but there's this horrible rattle at low RPM under load. Get this rattle. It probably doesn't sound like the noises I made now, but yeah. So I've been looking for it and I found it. It's on the exhaust. Check out this. Don't know why, but this little guy over here, see, it's nice and loose, so that's exactly the noise that I was hearing. So I'm gonna see if I can tighten him down. It doesn't look too badly rusted or anything. I don't know if it's just this washer that's given this washer here that's given some slack. But I'm just gonna tie this guy down, tighten him up, and give it an exhausted bang again to see if I can get that noise, and hopefully it's gone. The other thing I'll show you just now is the shifter in the vehicle is skew, so I'm gonna see why that is. Alright guys, so what I've gone and done is I've put the nut and bolt through a tap and die set, and then this is the washer that comes on the exhaust and on the nut. I don't know if it's compressed a little too much, so what I've gone and done is I've gotten this spring washer that I'm going to put in as well. and that should tighten up so we don't have a rattle anymore. Alrighty, so she's nice and tight and not making that noise anymore, so I'm hoping that it's going to be gone. We'll see. Okay, so next issue that I'm sitting with is this bad boy. Let's see if we can see here. So there we go. She's skew. Supposed to be sitting in this orientation, but yeah, you just tighten it up and that's where she gets stuck. So I'm gonna open it up and see why. So we start off by screwing off the knob over here like this, and then these consoles come out so easily. So this is nice and loose. All you do is you grab it like this and pull up and out, and then it moves away. We can move this off. There we go. And we can move this out. But now what we need to be careful of is this ribbon. Don't want to damage this ribbon because then the AC stops working and things like that. So then we basically have this boot, and then these 10mm bolts or 8mm bolts we remove, and then I'll have a look and see why the thread isn't in the position it needs to be. So I'll get back to you guys when I figure out what it is.
Okay, so what I'm trying to show you here is basically the end result. What I ended up doing was putting in washers to try and space it out, so when the threads get to the bottom, then we're sitting where we want to sit. But as you can see, it's not in the best location. So what I ended up doing, fiddling again with it afterwards, is taking out all the spacers and screwing the knob back on. And once it got to the point where it was tight, so in the previous position where it was skew, from there again just turning it harder with my hands basically, and got it to the point where the actual shifter shaft rotated in the assembly, and in the end I got it to sit perfectly straight where it is fastened the way it should be. So yeah, the fix I had wasn't exactly the fix that I thought it was at that point in time.
So what I'm trying to establish here is, so it looks like it's leaking from this guy. So there was a drop over here, but I cleaned it or wiped it with my finger. So I'm going to clean this area. I'm also going to snip these cables here on the boots, slide them back. So this one looks like it's leaking, but I want to see inside how bad it really is. Trying to determine if this is my major leak, because this is where it gathered, where it looks like it's, I mean, like there's quite a bit of fluid. So I think the air is coming into the system through here. So I'm thinking if I can clean this up, maybe RTV, seal it, alright, around the edges, and inspect the boots and see if they're not too bad, then I can still run it like this. Otherwise I'm definitely going to take it out and rebuild it. Alright guys, so I've cleaned this up, as you can see. There we go. So I'm gonna leave it overnight. I've also taken off the boots. So this is the rack side, so obviously there's grease, but there wasn't much fluid here, so I was just kind of wiped up what I could to try to clean the boot as much as I can. And then on this side there was a bit more fluid, so I've wiped it down. It's nice and clean this side, greenish color, which is weird. And then inside kind of wiped it out, and gonna leave it like this for overnight, see how that goes. And then the plan is tomorrow. Jeez, what the hell is that? It's a car. Wow. Anyway, leave it overnight, and then tomorrow I'll start up the car and then take it from lock to lock a few times, and yeah, hopefully then I'll come and see if it's leaking or not. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, I never took any footage, but anyway, what I ended up doing is leaving it overnight, no droplets developed, and then the next day went from lock to lock a couple of times, inspected again, couldn't see any fluids. However, I still went ahead and RTV'd this nut that you can see in the image over here, and I've inspected it a couple of times, no leaks have developed. The rack end started sweating again, but the power steering system is quiet now. It's not making any noise, so there's not any air coming into the system, and I don't have to refill the fluid. So in my books, it's a win, and I don't have to rebuild the rack yet.
So another thing I'm struggling with on this car, or that I've picked up is, okay, so I've got the boot and everything on our shifter, so we can get to the gearbox. So this is clutch in, right? So I'm going to remove the clutch now. Sounds like a bearing, it's either thrust bearing, but I think it's more input shaft bearing or something. Because what's happened is, I was driving home on the highway after I bought the vehicle, and quite substantial noise coming from the gearbox at around 115, just under 120 kilometers. You can get this heavy rumbling from the gearbox. So yeah, damn, probably gonna have to rebuild it. Clutch in, and she's got clutch out. Hey guys, so I'm going to try and get this in. She's nice and loose. So definitely input shaft bearing. Other than that, you can see all, look at that, all the clutch disc material. So if we go and check the clutch, you can see in the clutch there's all the disc material. Still genuine Nissan clutch, but nice and purple, so she's got hot. And if we come down here and we inspect the clutch disc, see if we can get it in. There we go. So on the flywheel side, I don't know if you can see it, we can still see a bit of gaps. You know how the clutch has lines in it, we can still see those gaps, so that's fine. But on the pressure plate side, she's flush, so I don't think there's much left. Gonna clean her up and then take her in to have her rebuilt. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Hey guys, so I've taken in the gearbox about 2 days ago, and yesterday I got a call from John, these guys. So the place I took it to is A2Z Gearbox Diff in Pretoria, in Steve Biko Road, corner of Herzog and Steve Biko. And yeah, he took it in with the intention of him having a look at the bearings, because I was concerned about the bearings, especially because of the noise when releasing the clutch, and then also at highway speeds. So he gave me a call yesterday and asked me to come in and have a look. He says the bearings are good, but he found what's causing the issue, and he wants me to come in and see it, and then we can make a decision together going forward, which I liked a lot. Meaning that he, you know, very open, very honest, wants to show you the issue, wants you to understand what the issue is, and then go from there. So what I really liked was that he didn't make me stress though, because he didn't want to tell me over the phone what was wrong. I'm stressing, it's bad. He said it's not bad, but you know, you overthink things. Anyway, went to go check it out. So basically, and I'll put up a picture. I didn't record while I was there. I'll try and get hold of a picture of it. But basically, drive-through gear is worn. It's basically the contact pattern has worn to the stage where it's shiny, and because of that, it's creating noise, right? But yeah, not bad. It's not structurally. It's not a structural issue or anything like that. It's just going to be noisy for an everyday car, something, you know, that you want to build up and want it to be quiet and fully understandable. Replace the gear sets, but in this case, no need, because I'm going to be thrashing on it anyway. There's nothing wrong with it structurally. Also, when I took the drain plug out, didn't see a lot of material in the oil. So yeah, we made the decision to keep it as is. He also suggested, we had a nice discussion, he suggested as well, for the purpose of the vehicle, what's a bit of noise really. it's not really necessary to go ahead and replace something that's going to become noisy again anyway. So yeah, he's putting it back together for me. I'm on my way to go and pick it up now, and I'll see you guys later.
All right, so over here I have an image of the gearbox. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the beauty and the engineering that goes into something like this. It's absolutely stunning. But anyway, the footage I took when I was at A2Z Gearbox and Diff wasn't absolutely great, so I decided to use images to try and explain the concern that he explained to me. So we can see over here in these images, the one on the left is the gear that is worn, where the contact pattern is worn, and you can see it's a very shiny metal. Now when it comes to gears and contact patterns and things like that, the minute it gets to that point, we start getting a lot of vibrations when it turns and things like that, which causes noise, and that's that rolling noise that we hear when we release the clutch. And since it's the drive-through gear, doesn't matter what gear you're in, the noise is there. It's just so happens that at highway speeds it's high enough that we actually it amplifies and we can hear it quite a bit. And then you can see the one on the right hand side is what a gear is supposed to look like. You can see nice and dull. It's not so worn away and shiny. So that's basically the issue. As you can see, nothing major. For what we're using the car for, this is fine. So we scored here. We don't have to pay to have the gearbox rebuilt. I'm taking his word that the input shaft is good, and yeah, we closed that up and off we went.
Hey guys, yeah, just want to give a massive shout out to John at Gearbox and Diff. He basically buttoned up the gearbox again for me without charging me anything for it. So that's awesome. Yeah, he made me stress on the phone, but actually not a big issue. So basically just having our drive-through gear being worn a bit, which is causing us a bit of that rubbing noise that we're hearing. According to him, the input shaft bearing is okay, that these gearboxes are a bit loose. I'm not too convinced about that. My experience with gearboxes is that input shaft bearing shouldn't really have much play. But anyway, irrespective of that, there's no visible damage, the bearing runs smoothly, things like that. So I'm not going to spend money now on getting that sorted. We'll put the gearbox back in, and you know what, we can live with a little bit of noise if that's what it's going to be. It's no big deal. So yeah, win-win score there. And yeah, again, massive shout out to John for taking the gearbox apart, having a look at it, calling me, explaining everything to me, and then offering to put it back together and not charge me for it. So yeah, I think we scored out of that one. It's just now the clutch that needs a bit of attention. But hey, win-win.